What we do here is we follow the tenets of one of the greatest scientists who ever lived, Nikola Tesla, who said, if you really want to understand the mysteries of life, the stuff that no one can figure out or no one can prove, then you'll start looking at things in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. So what he was saying there is that there are hidden codes to everything that goes on in this life, and they're not obvious, they're hidden. And if you study these codes in terms of energy, then you're going to discover a whole new dimension of life that's going to fill in the gaps of why this happened, why that happened. And instead of life being this random experience that makes no sense and it seems meaningless, that there's an absolute order to everything that happens to us. And if you go deeper enough, you will tap into and see that there are laws and there are codes and there are energies that can explain exactly what's happening to us that we were never taught in school. And you can learn to understand this life experience in a whole new way so that you're on top of it, so that you can master this life and all the challenges that it throws at you, instead of being victimized by life, as so many of us are. So much of our growth as human beings is we're trying to be as healthy as we can. We're trying to be as educated as we can. We're trying to evolve as a species for a higher level of living. But no one has ever addressed the glaring problem that exists in the human condition. When we're born into this world, we grow up completely defenseless as babies, as children, emotionally, energetically. So no one ever teaches us how to deal with negative energy, with anger, with abuse, with rejection, with dark thoughts, with bullies. So as we grow up, what do? We grow up and we just absorb this like sponges, these things that happen to us. And we absorb what happens to us and we repress it or stuff it down or try to ignore it. And as these things happen, they accumulate. Dr. Basil de Klerk has a best-selling book called The Body Keeps Score. And what that book is about is exactly what I teach, in that all of this experience that we come into, it is like a sponge. It attaches itself to us. It's an energy form, and it doesn't leave. It continues to wreak havoc on us. And if you've heard my story, coming from a troubled household with love, but a lot of trauma, I knew that there was something inside me that was not functioning. I had negative thoughts. I had thoughts of anxiety, of stress. I had thoughts inside me that would put me down. I had a thought in my head that says, Glenn, you're no good. Glenn, you're never going to be successful. Glenn, you suck. If my own thoughts are telling me that, I go, I got an enemy inside my head. What's that? How does that work? And as I would try to be successful and try to move forward in life, I would do things that would sabotage myself. I would try to get some goal and I get close to that goal. And then I do something that made no sense that messed up the whole goal. What's that? Where's the logic in that? Figure that one out. I would look out in the world, go, everybody's so normal. And I'm the one with negative thoughts, anxious thoughts, putting myself down thoughts. I went to personal development, to personal development, to personal development, to personal development for 20 years and became a speaker and trainer in many of them, teaching the latest way to think about what your problem is, what I call this thing. And it wasn't until I discovered energy awareness from all the things that I taught that no one was teaching, that I was able to not only address these thoughts, these feelings, these emotions, but to neutralize them and dissolve them once and for all. And that was a turning point here in my life. And that's why I teach energy awareness training, because the personal development field, if you guys aren't aware, and you can Google this, the personal development field that has a 97% failure rate. That means 97% of the people who take a seminar or read a self-help book or try to do something improvement, 97 out of 100 of them fail. Why? Because I found out they're just regurgitating mental knowledge. And in this work, nothing changes until energy moves. So the power of you being able to lead the life that you want and dump and get rid of the life that you don't want rests in your ability to recognize hidden energies in yourself, in the world, and how this whole world is governed by energy, and to be able to use the knowledge to be able to actually move the harmful, the destructive energy out of you and move the high vibration energy into you. And that's what we're doing here today. And this is what energy awareness training is all about. I have a mission, and that is to end emotional and energetic suffering in our lifetime, at least in the Western world, maybe globally. How could you end emotional suffering for people? It's simple. By teaching the tools of what I'm teaching you and having you transform your life, like I transform mine, into the life of your dreams, an unlimited happiness that every day is a joy and a blessing and filled with love and abundance and joy, and spreading that to the whole world. And that's absolutely available to be able to do.